Okay, let's take a look at a problem at or a project where we create a tutorial on adding numbers together. Let's bring up Notepad first. Okay, so then I'm going to have my HTML. I have my header section, title, adding numbers tutorial, or adding numbers application. Close off the title. Now within the header section, this is where I'm going to put my function at. So I'm going to have my script type equals text / JavaScript. I'm going to close off my script. I'll come back to that. Close off the head. Do a body. Close off the body. Close off the web page. Okay, so I'm going to have two text boxes here. So I have my input type equals to text, ID equals num1, my line break, then plus, and then I'm going to have my input type equals text, ID equals num2, line break, and then I'm going to have, I guess, a line going across like that. It implies I'm adding them together. And then I'm going to say input type equals text, ID equals answer, my line break, and then I have some buttons here. I'll have an input type equals button, value equals new problem, and then I'll have input type equals button, value equals check, answer. And let me do enter there. And then I want to do another line break. I'm not sure why, but now let me save that. Okay, so change this to all files. This is going to be adding application.html. And let me bring that up. Right click on it and open with Google Chrome. And doesn't look right. Okay, well, I'll work on it. NBSP non-breaking space. NBSP non-breaking space. What's that J doing there? Save. Refresh this. Maybe one more. Non-breaking space. Maybe two. Or maybe get rid of one. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Might need an extra space in or line break in there though. After my first input. Okay, so refresh that. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, and then I want this to go over further. And it should have a line break after it. Then I want that over about the same amount of space as this up here. So let me copy that. And where's that at? My answer? Yeah, my answer. Okay, so paste that in there. And okay, so now I want to line break here, I guess. Well, that's probably good. Okay, num1, num2, and then I got my answer. Okay, so I'm going to have the functions up here. And, let's see, I'm going to have this as my function. What is this? New problem. New problem. My beginning curly bracket, closing curly bracket. And I'm going to say n1 is equal to 3. I'm going to hard code it for now. n2 is equal to 5. And then I'm going to say document dot get element by ID. Boy, I don't get this memorized tonight. And num1 dot value equals n1. Document dot get element by ID. Num2 dot value is equal to n2. And then down here on this button click, I'm going to say on click equals, and then I'll run new problem. Semicolon. Okay, quotes. There we go. Let's see how that works. So refresh this. I click new problem. It loads in those numbers. Okay, that's what I want it to do. And then we'll check answer. And so I need another function up here. You can have multiple functions up here. This one will be function check answer. Beginning curly bracket, closing curly bracket. Now I need to bring in those numbers. n1 is equal to document dot get element. No, wait a minute. Parse float. Hopefully choosing parse float doesn't cause me problems. Sometimes you have numerical error that pops up. Let me change it to int. Document dot get element by ID. Num1 dot value close parentheses on the parse int semicolon. n2 is going to equal to parse int. Document dot get element by ID. Num2 dot value. And we haven't covered the if statement yet. Okay, I'll jump ahead a little bit just because I want to demonstrate this. Actually, maybe I'll do it differently. I'll create a new blank for the actual answer so you can visually check it. So when I click check answer here, then I'll say the real answer is going to be in this input text equals text. Wait a minute, type equals text. ID equals real answer. And I'll throw a line break in there. Okay. So then up here, I'm going to say document dot get element by ID real answer dot value equals n1 plus n2. Now sometimes you have to create a blank or a variable to first add them before you assign it to an element on your form, but we'll see. And that's going to be right here on this button click. So I'll say on click equals check answer. Okay, so let me refresh it. Real answer. Click new problem, puts 3 and 5 there. I would put 8 here. Click check answer, and it tells me the answer should be 8. Even if whatever I put here is 9, if I click check answer, it'll always put the real answer here. So that way you can visually see if you did it right. Now our eventual goal here is we want to create random numbers. We don't want to hard code 3 and 5. So let's first just do a math.random to see what it looks like. So math.random. Trying to think if it's lowercase or uppercase. Let's just do lowercase, and might have to change that. Okay. I'll come over here, refresh this, click new problem, and it puts that in there. Okay. Now, what random does by itself is usually returns a value between 0 and 1. I don't think it includes 1, but it gives you decimals. Well, that's not what we want. We want integers. So we're going to modify this a little bit. Now for the math.random, we're going to take it times, and then I want to return a number between 1 and 9. So let me do a 9. Actually, let me create a max and min. Max equals 9. Min equals 1. So then I'll do max minus min. And I'm trying to think if it's a minus 1 or plus 1. Plus 1, I think. Let's try that. Okay, so now I'm going to refresh this, click the new problem, and we get 6.34. Now let's think about what this has done. Max minus min. 9 minus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and then takes 9 times the math.random. Well, if math.random is 1, for example, if this was 1, then you'd have your max minus min. 9 minus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9 times 1 is 9. So that gives me my my extreme value that I want. Now, let's say math.random returns 0. Well, then 0 times 9 minus 1 plus 1, 0 times 8 is, or 9 minus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 0 times 9 is 0, so I return 0. But we know it's not going to come out nice like that. It's going to come up with decimals. And how we drop the decimals is we're going to do a math.floor, I think it is. I think it's lowercase. And this will get rid of the decimals for us. Seems like I'm missing something though. Let me run that and see. Okay, refresh this. New problem. 3, 0. Oh, we don't want 0. Okay, so we want to do a plus min here at the end. I thought there was something missing on that. New problem 6, 4, 5, 8, 1, 7. Click it a lot of times. Looks like they're all valid values between 1 and 9. Okay, now that I got that code, I can steal it and put it on the same code as the next one for the 5. Okay, now I come here, refresh this. New problem. I got 7 plus 1, which is 8. So I can put 8 here. Check answer. It says 8. If I click new problem, 9 plus 8 is 17. Check answer. Like that. Now later on, once we cover the if, then we'll be able to add some more functionality into this. And I think there's one other thing I want to do to this. Oh, by the way, this is kind of standard. Unless your library already gives it to you, you're going to find this is the same code you use in every programming language that gives you math.random returns a decimal between 0 and 1. Check answer. Okay, that all looks correct then. Oh, I know what I want to do. When I click new problem, I want to empty out this blank here. So, I'm going to say, for the new problem, I'll say document dot get element by ID, and this will be what will this be? The answer? What did I call it? A text box called answer. Okay, so answer dot value is equal to, and get rid of whatever's in it. Put an empty string in there. Okay, so new problem. There, I put 12 in here. Check answer. If I click new problem, see how it gets rid of what's in there. Now maybe I also want to get rid of the real answer. So come here. Document.get element by ID. Real ANS, I think is what I called it. Dot value is equal to the empty string. Okay, so click new problem. Okay, put 8 in here. Check answer. Okay. And put 4 in here. Bogus answer. Check answer. And you see that, okay, they are still different. So it's all working now. So that would be our adding numbers. We can use random numbers to automatically come up with that. You could come up with a little program as we develop this that you could deliver to a web page where people can go out and practice simplifying fractions or adding numbers or whatever you want them to be able to do. So a lot of power here.